Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to finish our look at Welcome to the Jungle by the great GNR. So we're still tuned down to half step, obviously. And this is going to be Slash's second solo that I just played right there. We're going to cover that in this lesson and the remaining parts as well. Before we get to that solo though, we have the bridge section. It's kind of the clean, the little softer part of the song. Alright, so let me just cover what's going on there. Now, obviously, we have two guitarists here, Slash and Gilbert Clark, so we're going to basically play just an open D chord with the A string in the bass and the G chord. I'm sorry, it's Izzy Stradlin, right? This is Izzy Stradlin era. What am I talking about? And then we're back to the D and the G. So, one of them does that the whole time until they get to the end. All right, so that's just the power chord at the third fret on the low E. So 1, back to 3, finish at the 5th fret. Now, on top of that, we have the one that's doing a little bit more intricate stuff. Sounds like this. Into that solo there. All right, so that's just the D chord here at the 5th fret off the A string, barring across this D, G, and the B string at the 7th. And then you're going to play the 5th fret there on the G real quick, and then move up to the 10th fret. Then do that again, and you're going to add this. And that's just pull off 8 to 7 on the B, play 7 on the G, play that 7 on the D, and slide up to the 10th fret. Into that next chord, the G chord there, that we did before. And that's going to be a pull off 13 to 12 on the B, 12 on the G, pick that 12 on the D, and slide down to 10. So we have this. Then back to the D major here, don't do anything really there, and then just come back to the G and do that same fill we did before. And then back to the D, and then so I'm just hitting the D, G, and the B string at the 12th fret here a few times, 5 to be exact, and then 10th fret on those 3 strings as well, once. That goes along with that. And when that A gets there, the A power chord, that's when you start the solo. So the solo starts, here's the first phrase that I played the whole thing earlier, so I'll just play the first phrase here. All right, so that's a slow bend at the 10th fret there on the B string. And then you're gonna come up here and grab the 15th fret bend on the B string a few times. And then I'm gonna hit the 12 on the B along with the 14 on the G. Do a whole step bend there on the G. Then 12 to 12 on the high E. 15, 12 on the B, and then slight bend on the 14 on the G to 12. So then whole step bend there at the 15, and then play it without the bend. Next phrase. So let's just stop there so don't get too involved. So we have the hammer 2 to 4, and then so that's 2 on the D to 4 on the A, then to the 4 on the D string, bend and release there. So I just did a quick hammer, then slide to 2, then back to 7 there, over to 4, to the 6th on the G. That's a slight bend there at the 5th fret on the B, to 6th on the G, whole step bend and release to the 7th on the B. Alright, so now we're pretty much here. Alright, so that's a pre-bend at the 7th fret there, pull off to 5, and then you're going to do a 7 on the B and the high E together while you're bending the 7 on the B string up a whole step. Then pick it again, release, down to 5, and 6-4 on the G. All right, next phrase. So that's 6 on the G, 5 on the B, back to 6 on the G. Kind of palm muted, and then 5 on the B string along with the open high E string together. Let those ring out, then 3 on the B with that high E, then 2, then those 2 strings open. And then you're kind of bending those notes together, the 2 on the G and the B together. And then open string, hammer back to those 2s. And then you're gonna open string again and hammer on the 1st fret on the G there. All right, from there we have this. All right, so we have 1, 2 on the G, and then you're gonna slide into the 4th fret on the G string with the open B with it. And then kind of do the figure, same thing we did there, but except that was with the open B. You're gonna start from the 4th on the G, then 2 on the G, 4, 2, 1, to 4 on the D, back to that. So I'm kind of picking across strings. And then that's a little bend and release there at the 10th fret on the D. Pull off, and hammer back on, and then hammer 0 to 1. Then from there you can kind of slide up it, do this next phrase. So that's a bend at the 15th fret there. And pick it normal, and the same thing at the 10th fret on the B. And then we're gonna have a pre-bend at the 10th fret now. Release, pull off to 8. Then play 9, slide to 7, go back to 9, and then as you're up that 9, you're gonna grab the 9 on the high E string. You can just pick that while you're still holding that 9 on the G. Pick that 9 on the high E, and then move them, slide them both down 2 frets. All right, we're gonna end this solo with this. So these are a little half step pre-bend, so they're a little bit difficult just to get. We have 6th fret pre-bend half step on the G string. Release to 4. Same thing on the D. Now same thing here, the 4th fret on the A string, down to 2 there, the same thing. Set this, go down the open, and then come back to 2. Just lots of vibrato to. And then just go to this B power chord. And then we get to the breakdown section, which has lots of effects with like using slides and up on high strings, a lot of noise, a lot of overdubs and stuff. But there is a definitive rhythm guitar part there. After you go through like 4 measures, I believe, we have this picking pattern that comes in. Takes us back to the chorus. So it's actually a great picking exercise there. So, and that leads into that build up into the chorus again. So now the notes I'm playing here are this: 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 on the A string. Now the timing of those notes, the 7 is going to be played 4 times. So you're really heavily palm muted here. So down, up, down, up. And the next 2 notes are going to be played 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the last 3 notes, the 4, 3, 2, will be played twice each. Down, up, down, up, down, up. So we have this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so we have this. All right, so we did it twice. Now, if you've done it twice, you're going to take the exact same picking pattern, but how many times each note is played. Those 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. Now you're going to play it off these notes, though. Now over on the D string, you're going to play 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. After you've done that twice, move everything up 1 fret. So now it's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then back, after you've done that twice, come back to the way we played it the very first time. And that leads us into those power chords that build up. The power chords is off the low E string, 2, 1, 2, 3, then 5, 4, 5, 6, and that leads us back into the chorus. So we covered that in the first lesson. Now that's kind of extended. They play this a little bit longer. And then we have that big ending here, which sounds like this. All right, there's a little detuning string going I'll talk about in a second, but I want to keep my guitar in tune for now. We're going to start with the power chord off the 7th fret, off the A string, to 5. And now we're going to play full major chords. So just on the 4 bottom strings, we're going to play off this 6th fret here, 6 on the low E, 8 on the A, 8 on the D, and then 7 on the G. So this. Then 5, and then 3 to the low E open string. And then play that from the 5, 3 again. And then the open power chord. So we have this. And then the low E power chord, and then the Hendrix chord. All right, so we basically have this low E open, 7th on the A, 6th on the D, 7 on the G, 8 on the B string, and then high E open. So this. And then they'll take that I just ruined my tuning. I just took the low E string after you hit that chord and then just tune it down, just turn the knob down on the low E string, and then I give you that cool detune effect. All right, so that takes us pretty much through the song, and my guitar is completely out of tune now, so we have to say goodbye. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.